Hello, Mike. Thank you for your time. This is Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. So the point of this video is two things. One is to give you some techniques, tips, and tricks you could use on your website to increase your online traffic and your leads in your business. And two is to compare your website to local competitors' website, see if those techniques could outrank them, get you more on the top of the page of Google, which increase your traffic and your leads. So I'll talk about three things: content, backlinks, and citations. And whatever I talk about here, they're free tips to you. But if you want to talk about that or anything else, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, let's talk about these steps. So first is content. So on your homepage, you need anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000 words, just depending on the competition, number of keywords needed. So a keyword is anything that someone might type into Google looking for a particular service or product. So in your content, you can place keywords throughout to tell Google exactly what you want your website to be found for. So right now, you actually got a nicely laid out website. I like your services right here, very approachable. Got some reviews right there, which is great. But one thing I would just increase on your website is your relative content and your keywords, because keywords gives Google the power to let people find you. So speaking of Google, if I lived in Apache Junction, I might type this in, plumber Apache Junction, and here's what typically comes up. Ads come up here. This is not a bad investment if you want to get in front of the faces of consumers, and there's ways to optimize your ads to beat these competitors, get at the top here. That's one strategy. This is a map pack here. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But we call these organics right here. So the goal is to organically be at the top of the page as much as you can for any kind of service you do or area you provide for. Typically, we don't count directories like Angie's List and Yelp because consumers, they're going to go to a local company, especially if it's an emergency type of service. So your top competitor in this area with this keyword here is this Davis Plumbing. So I'm going to compare your website to theirs and see if you can outrank them. As you can see, your website's not on the first page, but there's some things you could do to eventually get on that first page, which will increase your traffic and your leads. So to do that comparison, here's a tool we use called Ahrefs, and here's your URL right there. So even though, your website is nice, you're only using 5 keywords. So you definitely want to increase your keywords, and that makes it easier for Google to find your web page. You have some good ones here, so definitely keep these, and you want to have higher volume, more bang for your buck. But think about all the services you do. You could add them. Also, think about all the cities you go to, not just Apache Junction, but if you go to any other service area, you could tag those with keywords, and that's how you increase your keywords to start matching your top competitors in the area. This is a Davis Plumbing here. Here's their website, and actually, I like the layout of your website a lot better. But they're doing some things on the back end that you really can't see. That's giving them that searchability on Google. So let's see what they're doing. So here's their URL right here. Their keywords, they're using 393 keywords on that website. If you're having trouble creating keywords, the great thing is you don't have to recreate the wheel. You do a deep dive in your competitor's website, and you could tag, as long as they apply to you, you could tag these keywords to your website, optimize them, get that same search volume, and then you add to them month after month, and then eventually you start dominating your competitors for those traffics and leads. Second is backlinks. So a backlink is where one website is linked to another website. These links act like an endorsement of your website from others, and Google uses that to build trust in your business by seeing others vouch for you. It's also like a popularity contest. Person with the most backlinks wins, but keep in mind not all backlinks are created equal. It's important to have strong, relevant backlinks to your website. If you have websites outside your industry linked to you, it just doesn't give you that trust power, search power with Google. So right now you have 14 backlinks with 9 reference domains. But just compare that to a top competitor that's ranking high with that keyword. They're using 223 backlinks with 58 reference domains. So again, the goal, you won't get here overnight, but eventually you want to add to your backlinks. And same thing with backlinks. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You do a deep search in these backlinks, and you pick the ones that are strong and follow, and you link them to your website as well. And you add to them over time. So eventually you get to these numbers with this traffic versus the numbers you get now with this traffic. Lastly is citation. So citation is where your business name, number, and your address are shown exactly on your Google business profile. Citations help you rank in this map pack here, which is extremely important for local businesses since this could generate huge amounts of revenue. Goals, you want to be in the top 3 here. Much like on pages 2 and 3 of Google, people don't click for more businesses. People don't click this button for more businesses. So you want to be right in the front of faces of consumers. And to do that, you increase your citations with directories like Yelp, Angie's List, Expertise, BBB, hundreds of others you've probably heard of. Also, social media accounts are great here too. So the idea here is that your brand begins to be found by Google all over the internet. And the larger your online presence is, the more Google trusts you. So once Google sees you more often than these competitors, the more likely it is you outrank above them. So once your content, your backlinks, and your citations, once they all come together, you start to outgrow your competitors. And here's what you might be looking at, why that's worth it to be in the eyes of consumers here on the map pack, and here organically with all the services that you do and all the areas that you provide for. So not sure what your margins are, but imagine that generates some pretty decent revenue. And also there's many more keywords you could use to generate more and more traffic and leads. So this is what I do. I create this for you to start generating those leads yourself online. And if you do find yourself wanting more to continue scaling as far as you want, feel free to reach out. I could help you out with that, give you some more information, or we just talk about goals and I could do the research to find out exactly what could be realistic for your business, what it might take to reach those goals. So if you leave me a line or two of feedback, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video. And again, I'm Travis Miller with Last Dragon Digital Marketing. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Much luck in your business. Have a great day.